Hi, if you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch 10th episode of second season of series Skins UK. It is the last episode of this season, so let's get to it. Let's go. Alright, last episode. Let's go. I feel like this has to be it. That has to tie everything up. I feel like I was told next we have the next generation, so I would expect completely new characters, maybe some cameos from these ones, but we haven't seen Maxi for a while. We didn't see really much of Anwar either. It's mostly the others. Let's see. Male. Okay. Anthony? Ah, Tony. That's so funny when they sleep together under this blanket. Is he masturbating in his sleep? Dude, does it work that way? I don't think so. Okay. What? Oh. Not really? Well, you did that yourself. No other answer. What did you expect? Okay. About Cassie? Okay. Well, you will. Yes, it's it's okay to sleep naked. But probably not in someone else's bed, though. So Cassie has left without a word, and he was just thinking, okay, she kind of ghosted me and not really thinking about her anymore, trying not to think. Not really, no, not too stupid. Pretty. Is this a funeral or? Everyone received the letter, it seems like. So, is this Cassie? She wrote each of them a letter from New York. So she's in New York. Well, maybe there's something in the envelope, a letter. Or he's like, is this a call? She gave me her address, so I would go to her. She's expecting me to come and... Your point? Hello? For what reason? What are we talking about? I feel like we saw his dad before, but I didn't remember how he looks. So is he like collecting everyone to the, driving everyone to the funeral, or he's in black? Yeah, they do have everything. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, so like don't say anything. Is you not coming at all? You bitch! He was his friend. It's Chris's friends. They have to be at the funeral, not some relatives he doesn't fucking know. I kinda know better than you. You bitch. Well, you don't own your son. What the fucker? Like, you didn't even care about your son at all. I'm so mad right now. I want to punch his face. Yeah, exactly. Figure something out so we can go to the funeral. To Dad, to Chris, to Cassie. Maybe like after he is buried, they can go to the grave and the coffin. Oh my gosh. I'm sure Chris would love that. Well, even if he is masturbating, why are you entering? Was like he was the only one who received the postcard. The others. So the envelopes are the results of colleges for them, and the postcard from Cassie was only for Sid. He's prepared for the funeral. He's an all black, so I guess he doesn't know yet about them not being welcome. Thanks for the advice. How can I masturbate when I can't even lock my door and you can barge in at any moment? How am I supposed to concentrate? Okay. So he is curious about the results, even though he wanted to look at them after the funeral. Well, what does it say? It's hard to tell by his reaction. Whose hand is on her? Is she sleeping with Michelle? Well, at least Michelle is showing some moral support now. Why does she touch her stomach then? Yeah, when I have to put like the duvet inside, I kind of have to climb in to put it inside because it's quite difficult. Well, I guess that's could be the reason to do it as well. Like to hide from the world. I think that was the right decision. Like, especially considering everything, you know. Maybe she kind of regrets it. Like, she feels she would have, like, piece of Chris in a way. Yeah, it's weird. Why your ice cream is so tiny? That is weird. Maybe it would be good. No. Well, it's not Michelle's decision to make anyway. Like, her opinion doesn't matter here. Well, it was tiny anyway. You don't? He was a lovely person, all things considered. He was a good person. Is this her way of saying, like, Jal, just fuck it, do the things your way? Like, do what you think is right, and people around you will understand because they love you. I think that, okay, that was good. Oh, that's lovely. Michelle is doing better as a friend lately. I kind of wasn't impressed before. These cakes look tasty. Oh, really? Who are you, dude? Why are you licking his boots? Without a woman, what? Huh? What? Okay. That's very nice! What's wrong with you, man? Who are you? Why are you talking bullshit? They don't have any fucking bond. He didn't care about his son. Well, that happens. That was quite successful. It just stops. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Everyone is like, oh, nice. What's there? It's just cute coffin. Oh my gosh. Maybe that was the driver or something that was talking very awkwardly. He's worried the coffin might fall off. Well, no, it seems secured. Where are we driving him, though? Like, to the funeral place? To the burial place? No, this is the rare occasion where I approve Tony's crazy plans. Well, at least she's not dead. Well, you're still talking. They are on our tail. And like, we are the only two who even know about all of this happening. Like, all the others, they are not in on the plan. And we kind of need them gathered at the place we are going, so we can get there in time, and we have time to actually have kind of our own ceremony. I hope the coffin isn't going to fall off. I remember I watched a movie where the family drove around with their dead grandpa or something, just with his corpse not even in a coffin for a while. I don't remember what, like Little Miss Sunshine or something. It was a really funny movie. It was really crazy. So we lost them. Yeah, that is it's secured really well. Don't drive into a tree. They kinda have similar colors now too. Kinda violet and green, which I feel like should be a symbol of them um, coming back together as friends. Oh. That happens. Ah, so they came to Chris's flat? Is that it? Or is it another flat? I think it was a good idea. Well, you wouldn't even be able to come to the funeral. What? Did we do it for nothing? They don't see the vision. Now they're just going to give it back. It would be so funny. Oh, same cakes. This series is insane. It wasn't. Oh. Well, you don't usually expect it to be not a thinker, not a talker as well. Why would they do that to you? Like, he doesn't even know. He thought, like, just random people, right? Um. Yes! Oh, they're even taking it off? Why though? Ah, right. Because it's the different car. This is their car, right? Can he see it from this angle? This is crazy. But did we do it for nothing? Like, why the girls were so upset? I feel like Chris would find it funny. He would be like, lol. And they can't come to the funeral. Isn't that shitty? So he wasn't accepted? They're still together? Better ones? You saw bright futures for all of them, but do you see a bright future for yourself? So well, they are going to different colleges anyway. Like Tony and Michelle definitely go into different colleges. So did they come here after the burial then? There's a lot of people. So that's like all of his friends, or they are looking from a side because that's not prohibited. Okay, okay, I guess that works. They can still be here. It's not that bad. Fuck it. Fuck it. This is crazy. He really is dead. He was one of my favorite characters, I think. Wow, that's so pretty. So they decided to hijack the funeral in other way. This is beautiful. So they will go in. To- Yeah, so they were going to all look at it now, but Anwar looked at it before others. And he didn't get in, so he feels sad. Cardiff is Tony's? Or hers? I forgot who's going to Cardiff and who's going to York. But if it was Tony, he really bounced back from that accident. What does it mean? P? Is it even a mark? What does this even mean? Like, they said the marks on the exams? It doesn't sound good. Wait, that's pretty good. That's where she was auditioning, right? Or was it different? I'm not really sure, like... It's just general exams or specific exams for the college? Okay, so those were Tony's, yes. I hope these are good. That's pretty good. I feel like she's upset because they're going to different ones and they're going to be far away from each other. And she still has feelings for him. You? What the fuck is that? So that's bad. That's really bad. Oh my gosh. So he just ran away completely? Not even a little bit away from them? Maybe she's trying to cheer him up. Maybe now is not the time. So he can't go to college at all, to any kind of college? Or what, you want to talk about something about? Yeah, we're pretty shit. Are you feeling kind of bad now? You don't even know that she was his girlfriend. I think. I don't think so. Yeah, see, he's just assuming he didn't know. I think mom wasn't here as well, like at all. So you regret it a little bit. I mean, yeah, if they were with others, she wouldn't maybe be able to have the speech and the fireworks. If they were officially invited. He's here. Thanks, man. Thanks. So are we going to leave like 3 of us then? Wouldn't he be like imposing a bit? Well, that's an option since his grades are shit anyway. Go right now! Go in. He needs a ticket though, right? Or not? Oh, I guess that's like a bus, so you just pay the fee. You don't need to buy a ticket in advance. That was fun. Okay. Oh, she feels left now. She lashed on Anwar, but now he just... So she feels left behind. We don't know anything about like her grades, but she says she doesn't intend to like leave or anything. Oh. So Cassie is working as a waitress? It's that from that time with Jal in the... I wanted to say arcade, but it was like this, I forgot, more serious stuff. More dangerous stuff. Did she like leave it there on the counter? Okay. Okay. Yeah. These people always put their foot in their mouth. They always do that. Okay, no, not all of them. Are we going to the airport? Maybe he wanted to take something with him. Wow. Yeah, but if she sent him a postcard that only says her address, only, no letter, it does look like an invitation. Like, come here. Okay. Like he's spontaneously going to New York. He didn't even get to gather his stuff. This is crazy. This is so spontaneous. Everything. Like with Anwar, I kind of see that. But go into a completely different country, completely different continent. He does have some kind of bag. So maybe Tony did tell him to pack for somewhere. He got his passport and everything. There is something to it. I love you. As a friend, you know? That's also love. I said there will be free because usually there's free, but that's all I wanted to say. That is actually sweet. I think like Tony is actually sad that letting him go. So now he tends to just leave and stay in New York with Cassie. Because they are saying goodbye like it's forever. I guess that's why the episode is called Final Goodbye. So all of them, oh my gosh, all of them are living their separate ways. Chris has left the most depressing way. Oh my gosh. I don't love Tony, but there were some changes, and I feel bad for him now because I feel like that he and Sid, maybe after all, they really had some kind of bond, and you know, friendship, love is way more important than some kind of romantic love. You can have both at the same time, obviously, but like that feeling bond of friendship is more important, in my opinion. For going to the for the changes, for the new chapter in his life, away from all his friends and yes, oh my gosh, that's what your relationship was based on. That's why I hated it. That's not the basis, in my opinion, for a relationship. That's just like not. You want to have sex after you fall in love with someone. Will you? I feel like the way they are talking, they do intend to go their separate ways and like leave this teenage love in the past. Which I think, again, is a good idea. A bit bittersweet for them, but would be a good idea. I'm glad Anwar went with Maxi. I hope they're going to have fun in London. And yeah, everyone is going different places, right? Only Anwar and Maxi are staying together, that's why I mentioned him. And everyone else is just like going all to different places, right? Well, I guess if Sid succeeds, he stays with Cassie. Let's see. I feel last few episodes, music is especially good. I really liked it. Wait, wasn't there a point to the address? That is so weird. and the pictures all lying on the bed. And New York must be a big city. That is crazy. Kind of reminds me of the end of the first season, where he was also, she misses her brother, so she sleeps in his bed. That was a bit anticlimactic. And that's just the ending. What the heck? So let's see. Okay, there's something more. Tony is running somewhere. Memories of the past. I guess the song is fitting for the end. Like they are flying into the future. This is it. This was their younger years, their teenage high school, I assume, years. I thought they were already going to college because Chris was being talked like he's in college and then he was finding job, but now they have exams and they are applying for colleges. So I felt very confused about like the timeline and everything. Maybe Chris was older than them. Maybe they weren't in the same year. Maybe that's the explanation. But in any case, this episode really brings together the idea of the show in a way that I really like. This is this chapter of your life, and when you live through it, when you live in it, you really feel very deeply and very seriously about everything. When you are a teenager, everything is very dramatic to you. Every love is forever. Every little problem, every serious problem, of course, also it's like blown out of proportion completely. Sometimes maybe there is reason to that. Sometimes maybe you didn't really have to blow it up out of proportion, but the thing is, you take everything at maxims. Everything is at maximum, and you kind of live your life at maximum. And maybe that's what the creators wanted to really convey. I maybe have to say that I didn't understand their vision previously, but I feel like these last few episodes really brought it together for me and made me appreciate and understand it a little bit more. So they were trying to show this approach to life through the teenagers' eyes and their feelings, how they look at things, but then also show us that this chapter ends and we are flying into the future, and this future can look really different for everyone, and things cannot really stay the same as in your teenage years. Then you go to college, you go to work, you go to some kind of adult life, and you mature, and your worldview also changes, and it's never going to be the same like it was in your teenage years. And those the friends you had, it's not necessarily that you are going to keep them. You can lose some or all of your friends, you can find new friends, things are going to change, you can maybe change the place where you live, and then the relationship you had, your, let's say, like high school sweetheart, this relationship can maybe stay, like it seems in terms of Sid and Cassie. The thing is, in the first season there was a similar scene where he was looking for her when she was going to go away to Scotland with her parents. and we have a scene of him looking for her in New York again. And so because of that parallel, I have a feeling like it's implied that he is going to find her again, even though there was this moment where he literally looked at the cafe where she's working and didn't notice her, and maybe walked then further and missed her at this moment. But then it was also like screen to black, so we are not even sure. Maybe he went inside that cafe and then they met. But I feel like this parallel implies that he did find her, and maybe that they did get back together. With everything, with her postcard and how the previous episode ended for her, and how he said goodbye to Tony, I feel like it is implied that he is going to find Cassie and he is going to stay in New York with her, and maybe they are going to build a relationship in a new place that is going to be like a fresh start for them, and maybe it's going to work out for them. We don't know. And then we have Tony and Michelle. I think it's implied that they aren't going to stay together. They are going to different colleges, and when they were talking about their relationship, they were talking in a past tense. And I said before that I do want them to break up, something like good decision. And then so there's also this that can happen with your childhood sweetheart. You just go your separate ways and you hold this relationship in your memories as something precious to you, and you kind of keep it away in that box and you move on with your life, keeping this as precious memories. There was nothing precious about that fucking relationship, but okay, let's move on, right? Then also, of course, there's an option of you maybe not having any sweetheart at all, but you have your best friend, and you can maybe stay with your best friend. Especially in Anwar's case, he felt lost for a second because he was like, okay, I couldn't apply to anywhere because I had bad marks. Like, what am I going to do? I don't want to stay here alone. I don't want to lose my friends. And obviously his best friend is Moxie. And here Anwar really takes this kind of leap of faith, and just without anything he leaves with Moxie to live in London. And I think that's really beautiful for Anwar's character specifically. I think it works very beautifully, and that he does get to stay with his friend. And I think it's okay that he also kind of chose Moxie over Sketch. She also had some normal name. I didn't write it down, so I'll call her Sketch. But I feel like his relationship with Sketch, we didn't really see much of it, and the way it was built, it didn't seem like it was really precious or there was love or anything. So obviously he is going to choose his best friend. I think that makes sense. And then for her, I hope she gets better in her life and everything will be fine for her. She will develop and mature in a good way. I don't know, I can't really say anything. We didn't see her much. I have no idea what's going through her head now. And then obviously there's Jal and Chris, and unfortunately that ended with Chris being dead, which is also a representation of something that could happen. You could die really young, you could die in your teenage years, and in my life it happened that a person really close to me, he was my boyfriend, and he was only 20, I think, when he died. I'm not very good with numbers, so that's why I don't remember exactly, but I think he was 20. I was already in university, so it wasn't like in high school, but still it is very young, I'm sure you would agree, and it is really shocking and traumatizing, of course. But it wasn't the illness, it was the accident with like the communal train, they're called, right? And then also when I was in university, there was another guy who was even a little bit younger. He was probably 18 or so, and he jumped out of the window. And so this is also representation of what can happen in life for various reasons. accident, suicide, or illness. Literally anything can happen. So I really appreciate how despite of all the, I feel like, more unrealistic, blown out of proportion stuff, right, that happens, at the same time the show does try to be realistic. And I really like how, like, the decision they made with Jal, because I feel like for her it was the correct decision. She's a smart person. I feel like she really, like, if she was a different person or different age, different stage in life, different situation, maybe a decision to have a kid would be good for her. But considering everything, how young she is, how unstable the situation is, Chris's health, who is the dad, right, with everything, I think she made a very correct decision, and I'm so happy that the writers did it, because I feel like I expected her to keep it, because usually in the series writers really do love to make women keep the kid. So I really appreciate how, again, I feel like this makes it more realistic. She made a very correct decision for herself and the potential kid, because it wouldn't be a good situation for a child to be born into. So I feel like that was the best solution of this problem. And then I feel like she was again kind of proved correct when Chris has died. And so, like, imagine if she decided to keep the kid and the dad dies before it's even born. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good situation at all. And of course, I can understand how she feels with the situation with Chris, but like Chris said, she has the bright future ahead of her. I'm sure she will remember it always and remember Chris, and she will feel sad when she thinks about him, but she will be able to move on with her life as well. And she got good grades, she will get into the college or university that she wanted, and I'm sure everything will be great for her. And if she finds someone else in the future, maybe she will also decide to have a family, or maybe not. I'm sure she will be alright. So, like, the idea, and again, I mentioned there are things in this show that I feel like were exaggerated, but now I feel like maybe that was right, the idea, to exaggerate a little bit, to show how for you as a teenager everything feels exaggerated, right? You feel very strongly about everything. And yeah, I think that's the ending really made me rethink my opinion of this series. I feel like made them feel more serious and thought out, and the themes they were trying to explore, I think that is quite interesting. And the way they presented it in a goofy but at the same time kind of realistic way, I feel like I can really appreciate it. And they added some scenes so we can like laugh and have fun, but also didn't shy away from some realities of life. I think that was actually great. I really liked the ending. Maybe I would add something else, but I've already talked for a while, and I feel like a little bit like everything is jumbled now in my head, so I think I'm going to end for now. But if you want to also like say something about the series, the ending, I feel like, yeah, this for this generation, right, that's it. We have finished like Cassie said, we are going to be finished soon. We are finished with them, so that's the end of their story. So I don't think you can like spoil me anything on them specifically. So yeah, if you have something to say, or you have your own views on the series that you want to share, you want to discuss something, I would be happy if you left a comment down below. But yeah, that would be it for today. So thank you for watching, and thank you for requesting this series. I feel like at first I was a bit confused. I was confused for a while, but I did enjoy it, and by the end I appreciate the fact that I watched them. And I feel like yes, I really love it as a full thing, looking at it as a whole. I feel really happy that I did get to watch them. So yeah, thank you for requesting it. But yeah, now this is definitely it. So thank you for watching and see ya.